Airlines from Addis News Hour. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed commended an information system developed by Skills and Labor Ministry, and hundreds of thousands displaced following flash flooding in Somalia. Hello and welcome to Addis News Hour. You are watching English News Service and I'm Daniel Kasahun with the news. The Government Communication Service warned extremist groups to desist from engaging in unlawful and destructive ventures. In a statement it issued today, the Government Communication Service recalled that Ethiopia's journey towards a comprehensive reform over the past few years has been far from a bed of roses, adding it was marred by complicated conspiracies and political sabotage by destructive groups, underlining the need to engage in constructive dialogue even when differences seem irreconcilable. The Government Communication Service nevertheless underscored that some extremist groups have opted to indulge in undermining the reform initiatives and smear campaigns against the government. Recalling that Ethiopians went out in mass and overwhelmingly voted for the incumbent in a democratic election 2 years ago, it said maneuvering one's way to political power by any means other than the ballot box is a nightmarish endeavor. It said these extremist groups have plunged into cohort campaigns of making it look like one ethnic group are oppressors while the others are marginalized, adding they have never been genuine representatives of the ethnic group they claim to advocate for. The Government Communication Services finally called upon the general public to remain vigilant and stand by the crackdown on extremists seeking to destroy the nation. And Ethiopia has determined to ensure an integrated information system that play an important role in building instructional capacities and working ethics. The achievements secured by Labor and Skills Ministry are well recognized by the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed today while visiting the ministry. The Prime Minister has visited the ministry and lauded the capacity building of institutions and the foreign employment information system implemented by the Ministry of Labor and Skills. Let's have a look. The employment information system being flourished in Ethiopia is believed to modernize the information management in institutions and thereby resulting in conducive working environments and harmonious situations for citizens to eliminate problems that used to befall them. With regard to foreign workers, the task the ministry undergoes includes interviewing and selection, causing medical examination, approval of employment contract, provision of pre-employment and pre-departure orientations, facilitation of departure of employed workers and other similar services.
በጣም አስደሳች ስራ ሰርተዋል። አንደኛው የስራ አካባቢ
The Ministry of Labor and Skills has made significant intervention to facilitate working environment to be productive. In this regard, lots of achievements are secured within a short period of time, but the aims of the institution as it is seen from its outcomes to ensure the rights, dignity and safety of Ethiopian workers overseas a lot has been achieved. Nowadays, many countries in the world are looking for skilled and non-skilled immigrant workers for job opening in many different sectors. The intervention Ethiopia is doing would have paramount importance to curb problems encountered so far by Ethiopian citizens. We need to strengthen the move to benefit all.
The current trend in Ethiopia is pursued per the government's plan to have transformed institutions for better products and services.
አሁን ያየነው ዴቨሎፕ ያደረጉት ሲስተም በተለይ ለውጭ ሀገር ስራ ስምሪት 100% ስራ ጀምሯል።
The platform and all the activities we have observed improve the work ethics of all the institutions who apply it. What has been seen here is instrumental for our endeavors to be productive in every sector and serve the public in a satisfactory manner. Today we have seen you working here on Sunday. All of you deserve acknowledgement. This has to be emulated by other institutions.
Ethiopia's overseas employment interventions are being well facilitated by the ministry, and the move prohibits an overseas deployment of workers without a certificate of occupational competence. Ethiopia's overseas employment proclamation and amendment are enacted with the purpose of protecting the rights, dignity, and safety of Ethiopian workers abroad. The government of Ethiopia and the Islamic Republic of Pakistan have agreed to establish a comprehensive mechanism to further strengthen the rapidly growing bilateral ties by enhancing bilateral, regional, and multilateral cooperation in diverse fields. The consensus to this effect was developed during a meeting between Ambassador Misganu Arega, Minister of State of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia, and Bilawal Bhutto Dardari, Foreign Minister of Pakistan. Both held productive discussion on a range of issues to bolster bilateral, regional, and multilateral cooperation between the two brotherly countries. They also discussed matters of mutual interest, including political, economic, and social cooperation. Misganu Arega, Minister of State of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia, said the visit of high-powered official and business delegations to Pakistan demonstrated Ethiopia's commitment to advance multifaceted relations with Pakistan. The same minister said resumption of Ethiopian Airlines flight operations between Pakistan and Ethiopia would boost implementation on the Look for Africa initiative of the government of Pakistan. The government of Ethiopia was keen to advance bilateral, regional, and multilateral cooperation with Pakistan in the spirit of brotherhood and South-South cooperation, Misganu Arega added.
Welcome to the land of origins. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia is pleased to serve all your travel or banking needs. If you have money from any of these 16 countries, you can convert it to local currency by visiting our nearest branch. Alternatively, our secure Forex ATMs accept cash exchange, or if you prefer using your cards, we've partnered with Visa, MasterCard, and UnionPay so that you can withdraw cash from our local ATMs or make cashless transactions at thousands of local POS partners securely and with confidence. We are linked with more than 700 global banks through our direct SWIFT address, CBE Teta. We also work with 16 international money transfer agents, out of which Tune and World Remit enable you to make direct deposits into our savings and current accounts or our popular CBE Burr mobile wallet. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, the bank you can always rely on.
The Lower Omo Valley is an ancient land where people continue to live in contact with nature and far from modernity, where light and darkness dictate the pace of life.
I think
the people of the Omo Valley, they are untouched people, and they have strong norms to keep their own culture, customs, whatever the norms. That's the way I think. Even I'm worrying about even to maybe tourism getting to spoil them.
Loro venendo in contatto con noi.
In big towns now, it's global. Everybody has information through Facebook, through internet, so they are dreaming, their mind is everywhere. But here, wake up in the morning, taking coffee, walking with a goat to the field, coming back here. It's very easy.
The lower Omo Valley may seem like a faraway land, but there's much to be learned from its inhabitants. We can't but admire their resilience, sense of community, and profound respect for nature. The Kara, Dasanich, Hamer, Arbore, Mursi, and all the other Omo tribes haven't lost their deep connection to what is real, what is tangible on this planet.
Welcome back. You're watching the live transmission of Addis News Hour from the African capital, Addis Ababa. The International Fire and Emergency Prevention Day is being celebrated in Addis Ababa today. The day is being celebrated for the 24th time in the world and for the second time in Ethiopia. On the celebration ceremony, Mayor of the Addis Ababa City Administration, Adnan Chabe, said that in the past 2 years, the city administration has given due attention to the prevention of fire and emergencies. The mayor said that respect should be given to disaster prevention workers and firefighters, as they are the ones who go into danger to prevent accidents and give their own lives to save the lives of others. She urged the residents of the city to do their part in the prevention of fire and any accidents in the capital, Addis Ababa. Moving to another news, African World Heritage Day, 5th May, has been an opportunity for the people around the world and particularly Africans to celebrate the continent's unique cultural and natural heritage. UNESCO is committed to spearhead international efforts to draw on the vast potential of Africa's cultural and natural heritage as a force for poverty reduction and social cohesion, as well as a driver of sustainable development and innovation. African World Heritage Day marked in Karat town of Konso district in the southern part of Ethiopia. Marking the day, Hiot Hailo, Deputy Director of the Ethiopian Authority for Research and Conservation of Cultural Heritage, saying that Ethiopia houses multiple tangible and intangible historical heritage that demands preserving for passing them down for the next generation.
ሀገራችን ኢትዮጵያ የረጅም ዘመን የባህል
We all know that our country Ethiopia is home for ancient civilization and diverse culture. And these historical and cultural civilization were passed down to generations by our wise forefathers who care for the generation and history. So we have responsibility to pass down for the coming generation, preserving and using them for developmental intentions as well.
መተኪያ አልባ የሀገራችን እሴቶችና መሰረት ናቸው።
The chief administrator of the special Konso zone, David Gebayo, reiterated that more efforts will be made while commemorating the day, Konso's tangible heritage already registered by the UNESCO.
ቅርጾቻችን እንደምታውቀው ከድንበር ከሀገር ተሻግሮ
It is known that our heritages in the area have become well known and exemplary in Ethiopia and even outside of the country. So you know that Konso-based trace practice have been registered by UNESCO. But we never had any given day to commemorate that. But this year, on June 30, we would mark the day. Celebrating African Tourism Day here in our town have inspired us in a great deal.
አጋጣሚ ለእናንተ ማሳወቅ እንፈልጎ ለተወሰኑ ጊዜያቶች ዩኔስኮን እያገበርን አይደለም።
Recently, disappointing and heartbreaking news was heard from Italy. The renowned clarinist David Freo Hailo, who suddenly found dead in hotel in Italy, has been laid to rest on Sunday at Holy Trinity Cathedral graveyard in the capital Addis Ababa, in the presence of mourners, religious leaders, public representatives, artists and his loved ones, musicians, including the State Minister of Foreign Affairs, Burtukan Ayano. Clarinist and singer David Freo graduated from St. Yared Music School with major clarinist and alto saxophone player. Known for his amazing clarinet playing, David Freo Hailo played clarinet works of great composition during his time at music school. After serving as a clarinetist and alto saxophone in the Ethiopian National Theatre, he published his first album composed of instrumental music. David had the opportunity to publish an album and perform concerts in several countries abroad with the new acoustic band. In addition, David published 3 instrumental compositions in an album. David died suddenly at the age of 44 in Rome, Italy, where he had gone to perform music. May his soul rest in peace. All right, moving to another news. The Ethiopian sugar industry group said that the concerted efforts have been carried out to completely substitute the country's demand for sugar with domestic production in the upcoming 5 years. Ethiopia has planned to increase sugar production from the current 3.6 million quintals to 13 million quintals in the next 5 years. Texarnista has the following account.
Ethiopia's sugar consumption per capita is sharply increasing from time to time. The country has been importing sugar from abroad to meet the demand of citizens. Retta Demeke, public relations and participation head at the Ethiopian Sugar Industry Group, told Ethiopian news agency that the domestic production and supply of sugar has not been matching the ever-growing demand of the public. Retta stressed that Ethiopian Sugar Industry Group was re-established in March 2022 with the intention to match the supply and demand of sugar production. The head added that since the industry group was re-established, it has been working hard on solutions by identifying the bottlenecks that caused the decline in sugarcane production and the raising of production costs. Attention has been given to expanding the irrigation infrastructure for the newly built sugar factories. Therefore, maximum efforts are being intensified to fully meet the domestic demand and replace sugar production imports beginning in 2023, the head explained.
The country has embarked on a strategic plan so that the demand for sugar production can be covered domestically. A 5-year strategic plan was introduced to identify the bottlenecks for the reduction of sugar products and the reasons for the increase in production costs. Therefore, the strategy is important to overcome these difficulties. Another issue is to expand irrigation development infrastructures, especially in new projects to increase their coverage and yield of sugarcane productivity. We are working on a plan that will help us to stop importing sugar after 2025.
Indicating that there are currently 8 sugar factories in Ethiopia, the head stressed that these factories are working to produce more than 12 millions of quintals of sugar annually in the next 5 years.
These factories are operational with its full capacity. We have created multiple incentives for them to increase their productivities. We have planned to produce more than 12 million quintals of sugar annually in the next 5 years.
In addition to the production of sugarcane cultivated by the factories themselves, he also stated that there is a practice of buying sugarcane cultivated by farmers and associations in their respective areas.